Today I'm going to be showing you a few demos that you can show to other people and help expand your business. So I have 3, but we also have G1 laundry compound. Does anybody use that as well? Yeah, we have great products. So the 3 that I'm going to talk about today is LDC, the light duty cleanser, Super 10, and green. So you have probably used that in the restrooms here, and your hands aren't dry, right? So that's great. So I'm going to start with the light duty cleanser. This is our most mildest formula here. You can do this with cleaning dishes, fabrics, those very delicate undergarments, and you can do light duty around the house. It works with bathrooms and kitchens, and there's a great resource online as well that you can use at the back office. Comprehensive instructions for all your home care needs. So it tells you a list of things that you can do and also the exact dilution measurements that you can do. Because we are selling you concentrated product. A lot of products that you may have at home may be filled with water, and at Neolife we do not believe in selling you excess water. You can buy the concentrate and mix it yourself. So you're saving money in that way. So that's something to keep in mind, okay? And in the guide that I mentioned, there's different dilution factors. And the handy spray bottle here, if you have this at home, you probably have noticed the different the fill lines. There's 1 to 3 dilution, 1 to 5, 1 to 10. So for LDC, most commonly you will do a 1 to 5 dilution. That means you will fill this up to here with the LDC, and the rest you will fill with water. And I already did this here. So LDC has something called surfactants. What word can you identify from surfactants? Surface, yes. What that means, surfactants help with reducing surface tension. Surface tension is what allows insects to float on water. If you do a cannonball in a pool, you've broken the surface tension, you're falling in. So surface tension allows that. So what surfactants do is they break those water bonds, and that surface tension breaks. So LDC does that. And what does this mean in terms of cleaning? Well, surfactants help make water wetter. That means it's going to penetrate surfaces. And this is better shown with a demo here. These are pretty big jugs of water, but you can use 2 glasses of water for your demo at home. I fill this with regular water here. And I want to demonstrate to you how to show that we broke the water. We reduced the surface tension. So for one, I'm going to add some LDC. You can eyeball it. I'm adding a little more because there's a little more water here. This is my 1 to 5 dilution. And you will mix it in. Let's hope the spoon doesn't fall in. Alrighty there. Okay, so how you demonstrate that we've reduced the surface tension, you have brown paper bags, and I'm going to crumple both of them. Alrighty. So what do you think is going to happen? Well, we're going to watch and see. So typically what this would do, I'm going to add a little more LDC. It's supposed to make it sink a little further. I'm going to actually retry this with a smaller container of water. It's sinking. So typically this would sink a lot faster, and that's what you will see. And this one, we can agitate it a bunch, but it will not sink. So what you can see and what you can show, you might need to crumple the brown paper bag a little more. It's going to sink faster. So what you can explain in doing this is saying this is penetrating your surfaces. When you're cleaning your bathroom tile or your sink, different things, it's penetrating deep in. So part of LDC as well, it works to penetrate surfaces, and it also has something called an emulsifier. Emulsifiers work with helping oil and water, we can say, mix together. Because if you do oil and water, which I can show you in this example, oil and water does not mix right. So I'm going to put some oil in 2 of these cups here. You can use regular glass cups again. Some oil. And the oil typically floats. You could also use different types of oil. Maybe olive oil would be a darker color, and I'm mixing it up. But as I mentioned earlier, oil and water cannot mix. So LDC contains emulsifiers. So this one I'm going to add some LDC. What the LDC does is that it surrounds the oil molecules. It covers them like it's a big sweater, or you could use a different analogy. That's what I was thinking of today. But we can see that actually the oil disappears. There's not going to be a separate layer aside from the foam, whereas in this one, when I'm mixing it, and if you were a little closer, you can probably see, but when you look throughout, all those oil globules are covered with the LDC. And how does this relate to home care cleaning? When you're washing dishes, let's say you have a greasy dish, you just have lasagna or something, there's grease on the plate, well, the LDC is going to wrap around the oils of that oil from the lasagna, and it's going to rinse away. And also, if I overfill this a little bit, but if you tilt it back and forth, you're not going to see oil residues on the side. So that's the same with your sink. It's not going to be covered with stuff with items on the side. So that's one of the things with LDC, and it's a simple demonstration that you can show. We have two, and there are some more guidelines and demos online as well. Another wonderful story about LDC that's very heartwarming is that it helped save many penguins, more than 20,000 penguins. Has anybody heard this story before? You can read more about it in your booklet as well. But in Cape Town, South Africa, a huge vessel sank, and it released tons of oil, and all the crude oil surrounded the penguins. A lot of penguins were affected by this, so they're just covered in this crude oil. So GNLD, or Neolife, donated LDC to help in this operation save the penguins. And that's just an incredible story, because all the detergents that they used, there were thousands of volunteers for this rescue mission. We had more than 20,000 penguins covered in crude oil. And LDC was gentle enough to help these penguins, and it did the job of taking out all the crude oil from these penguins. And another lovely thing about this is that Neolife donated a lot of its product for this cause. So not only is it trying to make materials and home care products that are safe for the environment, but they're also helping great causes. They help save all these penguins. And there's actually a TED Talk about it online if you want to read more about it. It's a wonderful story, and it really shows the values of the company. So that's LDC. So it's this color here. The next product we have is Super 10. It's our more heavy duty product, and typically you dilute it at a 1-to-3 ratio. This is a more industrial strength product, and it helps you with removing up to the oil stains in your garage, or stains on the carpet or fabric, or many other items and things. So that's quite incredible, and it does it by 3 ways. It penetrates the surfaces, it dissolves that dirt and the grime and the grease that you may have, and it works again to emulsify, remove it and rinse it away. So an example that you can show about how tough it can be with even stains in the carpet is with using a carpet demo. And this is a fun bread board that we have, but you can also use samples, getting carpet samples or something that's similar to your own household. So you need a demo board for this. And we're going to use a crayon to show this. You know, kids can have fun with their crayons or markers or other things. Has this happened to anybody, or their walls perhaps? Or have you done this to your parents? So what you do, you're going to use a crayon, and we're going to make a mark of this here. That's quite an extensive, that's a kid going at it. So here, you're going to spray the Super 10. You could adjust the nozzle, it could spray, or you could do more direct. This one is, I'm going to change it a bit. So you're gonna spray on the spot to show them. Well, I have sprayed it on there. You agitate it a little bit, just to get it working a bit. You could use the same towel. But what you wanna do is you are going to want to blot it. It's great with the white towel because you could really show how the crayon transfers to the towel. So you're blotting it. You can try this with coffee as well. If you're an avid coffee drinker and you run out, drop it on the carpet. It's a great demo to do, and you'll show the coffee transferred to the towel. So we could see how incredibly it removed that carpet stain, and that it is on the towel as well. So this is one of the cool demos that you can try. But you can get creative with it. Our last product that I'm going to show you today is our green product. This is our mild cleanser, green cleanser. You've used it probably today while washing your hands. It's made with kelp-derived protein. So this is a fantastic product for washing your hands as a body wash. And it's great in removing strong odors. Let's say you work with onions all the time, or you're working with handling fish or animal products, and you don't want that smell to stay on your hands, or if you're making turkey for Thanksgiving and you can't remove that turkey smell from your hand. I need a volunteer for this. So is anybody? Would you like to come up? Thank you. So I'm going to ask you to swab your hand with this onion.
Nice.
Yes. Onions are very pungent, right, with their smell? Okay, now smell your hand. Does it smell oniony, or do you?
A little bit more.
A little bit more, okay. She's adventurous. Oh, okay. Perfect. How about that? Okay, so what I want you to do is just rub green in between your hands. You just need a little bit too. Rub it nice. Now, sniff your hands now. It's gone.
It's gone.
And it's incredible because green can work for even citrus. Have you eaten a clementine or a tangerine and you just have that? I mean, the orange smell is very nice, but after a while you need it to come off. So green helps, and you can rinse your hands here later, or if you want. Okay. But that's the end of my demo. But here I wanted to show you some quick examples that you can show others. Again, you could get creative. Online we have great resources. So I really appreciate your time, and I hope you enjoy the presentation as well.